Hey there! You're listening to the Outsourcing Hub podcast, the pod that brings you anything and everything about building great teams in outsourcing. And we promise to share infinite opportunities, news, updates, and trends in the industry. Hosted by the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Infinit-O, Mike Gunyon.
Hi, everybody. Once again, this is Mike Gunyon, Vice President, Sales and Marketing with Infinit-O, and welcome back to our podcast. This is another episode of the Outsourcing Hub podcast, Building Great Teams. We've been in the outsourcing business for over 15 years. Infinit-O's clients are small, medium businesses, expansion stage startups, and first-time outsourcers, among others. We support businesses across multiple industries and functions, from healthcare, financial services, accounting, research and data, customer support, IT solutions and development, sales and sales enablement, and variety of back office support. Joining me today is Wilmar Kundigan, IT Director at Infinit-O. Wilmar has been with Infinit-O for 14 years, where he has shaped the infrastructure and IT requirements of the company from basic networking to a very secure, robust, and scalable network that we have today. He's introduced voice over IP systems, saving the company millions in terms of voice infrastructure and call costs. He's played a huge role in our ISO 27001 implementation and certifications. In standards, Wilmar has also pioneered the transition from office work security to work from anywhere security through the implementation of various tools that you'll hear about and establishing policies and procedures to ensure our compliances. Fun fact about Wilmar is that he's a tech nerd and a gamer. Hi, Wilmar. It's a pleasure speaking with you again. Thanks for being here. How are you doing?
Hey, Mike. It's my pleasure to be here. It's actually good. I was actually surprised that we have this kind of podcast, and yeah, it's good for a talk.
Good. I'm happy to talk to you. Yeah, we've been having this series going on for several weeks now, and getting some great feedback because it goes beyond just one company. It's more about talking about standards and problems and possible solutions and things like that. So it's interesting and fun for me as well. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Let's start by talking about Infinit-O's information security infrastructure. What maybe the purpose is, the significance of securing and assuring data privacy. Hopefully during this discussion, you can maybe also touch on the various certifications and compliances without getting too much in the weeds, but helping us to understand those standards that we meet, such as the various ISO certifications, HIPAA compliance, GDPR compliance, if you can get to that.
Yeah, sure. Well, for years now, we've been handling and managing an array of information from different industries. This allows us to fully understand the importance of data security, regardless of which industry you are in. And that is to ensure the protection of our clients' data from any data breach of information, among others. With this, we're also proud and happy to share our comprehensive, heightened, and robust information security and data privacy procedures, which drives us for a more secure connectivity and cloud services setup.
Thanks, Wilmar. That's great. Maybe walk us through our infrastructure and some of the new tools, the ones you can really talk about that are not proprietary, such as potentially Jump Cloud and Zscaler, and their impact on data security, if you would.
Okay, so Jump Cloud. Well, Jump Cloud is a cloud directory platform. It allows us to authenticate various devices to different systems or applications like websites. It also ensures that we are using a single sign-on setup allowing us or giving us a high level of security and accessibility to our team members. Our users actually love this. On the other hand, Zscaler, it's actually enabling us on a secure digital transformation by basically rethinking how traditional network works, and it empowers enterprises to securely work from home. So those are the two items that are pivotal on this setup, and I'm glad to discuss more on those.
So yeah, I see. I think those two in particular were an implementation during as the pandemic was occurring in 2020. And that
Mm-hmm.
pandemic really forced quite a bit of change in the way that we work, all over the world, but in particular, the way that Infinit-O's work was being performed and not dropping even a single client during that time. Um, so not the least of which of those changes is the location where the work is taking place, but yet we
Uh-huh.
still, Infinit-O still had the requirement to ensure information security. So how did those tools and maybe other measures help when that work was transitioned from the office over to remote locations during the pandemic? Can you walk us through a little bit of that story, Wilmar?
Yeah. So basically, both solution, aside from the others that we have, it actually allowed us to ensure data protection, even if our team members are accessing client data from home. So we're living on a, a brave new world now. For example, for Zscaler allowed us to provide secure internet connections for our remote workers. We can apply things like SSL inspection, URL filtering, some sandboxing or browser isolation, and even DLP, among others. It also provided secure access to the client system. We've implementing something called zero trust technology through the use of Zscaler. So basically, we remove VPN from our systems, and that alone gave us the advantage and the scalability to allow remote workers.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Jump Cloud, on the other hand, it provides us with a very good identity management for all of our team members without, again, the hassles of the Office VPN. It made life for our IT and end users easier in terms of authentications. Things like single sign-on, SCIM provisioning, secure LDAP authentication, it works seamlessly through Jump Cloud. I would say gone are the days when we need to remember different password for different systems. You know how hectic that is.
Oh
And
yeah.
our team members, yeah, and our team members can can use the same login to access their computer devices. I mean, be it a Mac, a Windows, a Linux, through their email, to Office Wi-Fi's, payroll system, and even other third-party SaaS systems like DocuSign, Zoom, Microsoft 365. Um, so those two technologies with the other tools that we have, plus it, we also plus also the fact that we're already operating a hybrid network before the pandemic hits. So basically, what it means is like some of our workloads or infrastructure is already hosted on a cloud infrastructure vendor. So that makes it a lot easier to allow work from anywhere or work from home.
Hmm. That's that's pretty interesting, Wilmar, that even during that transitional period and up till now, we've been able to maintain the information security. And I believe it wasn't too long ago that Infinit-O was recertified for ISO 27001
Uh-huh.
for information security. Is that right?
Yes.
So how confident? So that leads me to feel very confident in the work from what we call work from home or remote work. um, setup with respect to information security assurance. Do you feel quite confident as well?
Basically, Infinito has accumulated 15 years of experience in navigating things like data privacy laws, regulations. From there, we've learned, we've adjusted, and we guarantee strict compliance from the best information security practices with up-to-date cybersecurity certifications and, of course, solutions. We we've set up security to work from anywhere. So imagine imagine that kind of fit. That's been handled or been made possible through again to the implementation of various tools, Zscaler, Jump Cloud, some firewall, patch management tool, and last but not least, security awareness. Technology alone, Mike, technology alone will not work. So we need to ensure that our team members understand their roles and responsibilities in terms of security. This ensures or help us ensures that our company and client data is safe.
Well, really well said, Wilmar. Thank you. Yeah, it does go belong beyond beyond the tech and and the trust we place in all of the team members along the path, as any good company does. And I believe that this should, for me, as I talk to clients, one of the main things is enabling them to feel comfortable and have peace of mind with respect to data security, um, and compliance standards and things like
Uh-huh.
that. Um, how do we ensure that peace of mind in terms of data security?
Hmm. So we have a very comprehensive information security and data protection process and procedures that basically ensures that the company information is safe at all times. Those stuff plus the we also conduct regular risk assessments and audits, even external audits, to help identify processes, procedures, and system vulnerabilities that may expose our company and clients' data to malicious gains, both digitally and non-digitally. So a lot of strict measures are in place that prevents any unauthorized access to client data at all times.
Hmm, that's very helpful. So, Wilmer, just lastly, because our clients are so diverse, um, there are different compliances that are required for different parts of the world and for different industries, such as HIPAA for healthcare and GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. Could you touch on our security certifications and what are those contributions to our robust security, information security, and compliance?
Mhm. So, well, as you mentioned earlier, we are an ISO 27001 2013 version and ISO 9001 2015 version certified. So those first two certifications are a combination of best practices in terms of security and operational excellence. We also complement that by following the US NIST guidelines. And we also adheres to the General Data Protection Regulation, or also known as GDPR, their requirements together with the local Philippine Data Privacy Act. The said can be said to items like HIPAA and PCI DSS. All in all, the combination of those certifications and assuring that we adhere to those regulatory rules, plus those best practices accumulated along the years, provides the necessary guidance that we need to set up a robust information security um, posture.
Thank you, Wilmer. That's great. I've learned a lot during this briefing and podcast. Thank you so much for walking us through Infinit-O's information security, some of the details and steps that have taken place over the many years you've been working with the company. It's always great speaking with you, Wilmar. And thank you. And to the audience out there, thank you again for tuning into this episode. To get to know us better or to reach out to us, look at infinit-o.com, or please feel free to send us an email at info@infinit-o.com. Thanks again, and please stay in touch and look out for the next episode. Thank you.
And that has been the Outsourcing Hub podcast, building great teams with Mike Gunyon. Thank you for tuning in. And always remember, start small, exceed expectations, think infinitely, think Infinit-O. To learn more about us, make sure to visit our website at www.infinit-o.com or email us at info@infinit-o.com. Until next time.